None of this conversation should be taken as medical advice for you. Before starting or changing any medical or wellness treatment, always consult your GP and medical care team. You are very welcome back to episode 1, season 2 of The Dose. My name is Paddy, and here with me in person
is Belinda.
Oh my god, we're here in person.
For how long have we known each other?
Since like last summer, so...
Bloody hell, is it?
Yeah.
Like summertime?
Yeah.
So, like, you're talking about August?
7 months?
Oh my god.
6, 7 months.
It really doesn't feel that long, though?
I know. It does for me.
Yeah, okay. Well, there we are.
And we're back in the room. Literally, we are in a room in my bedroom.
Yeah. In a double bedroom.
I think it's...
I have my own, though. It's okay.
I think it's queen size, actually, which is probably more fitting.
My room is massive compared to this. This is a... shit room.
Is yours bigger?
No.
Okay. I'd be fucking rage. I
know you would.
I'd be down there throwing such a bitch fit.
I know. I love it.
We've no agenda. We've nothing planned.
I just literally sat down and said to Paddy, "Did you what are we talking about?" And
no, I was going to say, did you what? Did you what?
Like, did you sort anything out?
Did you sort anything out? Did you?
We have nothing sorted.
We've nothing. No, but you know what? I
think we'll be okay, though.
We'll find out. You know.
Okay. We might just scrap this whole fucking thing.
We might
tomorrow. With an agenda.
So, we've had a wee break from the podcast.
How long have we been off, Paddy?
Well, I don't know when this is going to go out. This thing.
Oh yeah, but as of today.
As of today, we've had a break for
3.
It'll be nearly 4 weeks.
Okay.
3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
So we last recorded the week before I had my surgery, was it, I think?
That's right.
So like since then I've had my surgery.
Yeah.
Been off Mounjaro a long time.
Oh my goodness. As well. That's what we were going to be talking about. Yeah. Back on it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about.
As well.
We have each done other podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours slightly more bloody famous than mine.
Oh, no.
Come on.
So by the time this goes out, there will have been some TV stuff.
You have also been on national television.
Yeah. So there's stuff to talk about.
Yeah. And you've got one coming out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have got so many good guests lined up for this season.
We do.
Which we're not talking about.
Which we're not talking about.
Because we haven't even sorted that shit out.
No, we haven't sorted that out. Which is why I don't know when this is going to go out. But anyway.
Yes.
First of all, so we're in a hotel.
Yep.
We are down in the Radisson Blu in Limerick. This is not sponsored. It's paid for their own money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to cart.
I offered to help you.
But there's a lot of equipment.
Yeah.
And it's heavy.
These things are massive.
They are
really heavy.
So for people that are listening, it's the microphone stand.
Did you get this one? Is this the same one as I've got?
No,
that's a different stand. Yeah.
So, but this is my proper wee setup.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, it is
very
cool.
slick, very bright. Lots of lights.
Yeah, no surprise there. So, when you are in a hotel, do you fleece the room?
Absolutely. I have a 16-year-old at home. That's the last thing she said to me. Bring back everything you can.
So, what normally goes in the bag? I remember this is going to go out after we leave here.
Yeah, the light bulbs, the batteries from the remote control. What? The towels?
Oh my god, no! Not the towels.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, take everything. I'm only
god.
joking.
No, she's not.
I am joking. No, I don't. I don't anymore. I used to take everything.
So it depends how many towels there are.
Yeah.
how long you're in the room, and how many times they're refreshed, how many you've hidden whilst they're refreshed.
But also you have to remember, I had a 12-year career in hotel management.
Yeah.
And no.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't do it. No, of course you wouldn't do that.
No, not only because you know what's going on in the room.
No, totally. Yeah. So for me, definitely the wee toiletries.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot leave the wee toiletries. The best haul I ever got was out in Orlando. We were staying in Universal Surfside in Suites on International Drive, and it was a room that it had 3 double beds, so it could fit 6 people. Right, it had 2 bedrooms in it.
And just the 2E?
Yeah.
Nice.
And but the other thing is it comes with like a little kitchen area and sitting area, so that's more so why we'd book that, because you have more space in the room and you can do a little bit of food and stuff like that. But as part of that, I had rang down to reception. I was like, "Oh, here, could we get a refresh of the toiletries, please?" You know, expecting that they were just going to bring up like enough for the 2 people.
Yeah.
No way. They brought up enough stuff for 6 people for like the rest of the week, so they did.
Because it was a room for 6
because
people.
It was 6 people.
And they didn't know how many people were in the room.
Well, whoever restocked it mustn't have. So they literally brought in, and I'm not kidding now because I had to weigh it when I was coming home. The toiletries that they left in weighed 2 kilos.
£5.
Yeah, and I had to go through, okay, am I really bringing these home? Like,
you had to. Though.
I had to.
Yeah.
And like,
you couldn't.
Like, they're brilliant for if you're going away or for the gym or stuff like that. So they're really good. Yeah. Or like, I'm a big fan of going car camping, which I haven't spoken about on the podcast because, anyway. Where like I basically.
That's on your other Instagram page.
Yeah, it's on my other. Yeah. So I have a second Instagram page called the Irish Paddy. And it's kind of, last year, I kind of took it upon myself to go around visiting places in Ireland, all this kind of stuff. But one of the things is I do it in my car, and I usually will sleep in my car. But it's a bit more glamorous than that. Like, I have the back made up, I have a lovely mattress in there, duvet. Like,
nice.
it is really cozy.
And
really
do you
nice.
have curtains at night and stuff?
No, but I did go and get the highest tint that I could on it, so you can't see in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's grand.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the things I do. I love that. But anyway,
car camping.
So that's where
hotel toiletries.
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're handy for that. But the other thing I had to do, if I know I'm going somewhere fancy, I'll usually bring like an empty Simproof bottle with me.
What's that?
So
for your gut health.
Here's one I made earlier. So this is the size of the Simproof bottle.
Right.
And I will like stand there and just pump
all
the
stuff into it.
Yeah, if it's good stuff.
I hope this bloody hotel isn't going to be watching this.
I've checked out here. I wouldn't call it. Well, no, maybe I'll need to recheck it, but it didn't seem the fancy. Like,
no, it's okay though. It's not bad. The hand soap. Yeah. The hand moisturiser is nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like some place you'll go and they might have like Voya stuff.
Yeah.
Or they'll have Elemis or stuff
Elemis
like that.
Elemis is the best. Yes.
So
anything with bergamot.
Yes.
In
so
it.
I have a few of these. How
long does that last you then when you when you drink
ages.
it?
So a bottle of this. So one bottle of that's a week's worth.
Is that all?
Yeah, we're not talking about drinking the toiletry.
We're
talking about drinking the Simproof.
Yeah.
So that's one bottle, a week's worth. Yeah.
It's expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's so worth it. Like the thing is, if you break it down, less than a coffee a day.
Okay, right.
Do you know what I mean?
And
like,
I do buy a coffee
exactly.
every day.
So like this is 500ml that bottle, but like I have literally full bottles of Elemis of this at home. And
live and active
Voya.
Bacteria. This isn't sponsored.
Yeah, no, it's
but
not sponsored.
I've heard so many people speaking about that for their gut.
Yeah, and that is one of the things, Simproof, that I have taken religiously since day one of my medicated weight loss journey. Like day one, I've taken it because the pharmacy gifted it me a box
at the start.
Yeah. And I was like, actually, I've washed that bottle, so there's probably no.
Oh right, there's nothing.
Yeah, no,
that's not it in it, is it?
No.
Oh right,
that's just water in case.
Yeah.
In case there was a good stash here to fill it with.
Shamed yourself. Actually, do you know what? I'm really surprised at myself that I've never thought about doing that. I'm so going to do it.
Because...
especially with the bergamot stuff.
Like, I have heard...
Go on.
Of people...
Oh my God.
That, like, say if they go to places like... I don't know, but, like, imagine somebody went to, like, say, Centre Parks. And Centre Parks is, like, all Elemis stuff.
Yeah.
And like some of them would fill a bottle similar to that with stuff.
Have you been to Centre Parks?
I've been to Centre Park loads of times.
Same. I've been there 3 times. Yeah.
So,
but I had never thought of doing that. You obviously robbed the place blind.
Well, no, I used to be an altar boy, so like I could never do things like that.
You were as well, weren't you? I can tell.
People outside Ireland are like,
what is an ultra boy? Oh, I think they might know actually.
That's a story for a whole other day. But anyway,
whole different podcast.
Whole different podcast. But anyway, yeah. So that's a tangent.
That's a really good. No, but that's a really good idea. I'm totally going to do that now. My mother will love that.
Yeah, but so I usually have one of those with me, just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case you know. I'm a little drinker.
Paddy. We need to talk about you now for a moment.
Oh God.
We need to talk about the most important thing.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you went off of your medication to have an operation.
Yes.
Yes.
Not a nose job, as we said last time.
Yeah,
My mother
nose job, yeah.
Mum was telling everyone it was a nose job.
Yeah.
It was a job in my nose.
Yeah.
But it was not a nose job.
Yeah.
It was a septoplasty. Yeah. So, and I say I've covered this in detail in the previous podcast, so I won't go into too much. But basically, had a deviated septum, which is a crooked septum in your nose that can come from an injury, or you can be born with it, or stuff like that. From what I understand, I don't know how I got it.
Yeah,
because it
but you wanted it fixed.
Because it impacted my breathing. So I went and got it fixed there at the very start of February, and I'm currently in that healing process still, very much so.
Yeah.
If you had spoken to me like 2 weeks ago,
you wouldn't have been able to know.
You would have heard a very different Paddy.
Yeah.
But had the surgery. Surgery went really well. I was in overnight.
How long before the surgery did you come off of Mounjaro?
I was off Mounjaro 2 weeks before it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I kind of found was.
So what date was that then? You came off of.
Oh, it would have been like week 3 of January.
Okay.
Week 3 of January.
And we're done now with February.
We are at the end of February now.
So you're 5 weeks.
So 5 weeks since I first stopped it, but we'll kind of go through, I guess, the timeline there. So so I stopped it 2 weeks beforehand, which would have been about week 3 of January.
Yeah.
I had the surgery the end of week 1 of February or something like that. One of the biggest things that surprised me was how quickly that feeling. Actually, we spoke about this in the last podcast. How quickly that sensation of not being able to feel full came back.
Yeah.
So different from food noise.
Did we cover it?
Yeah, we touched on it.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah,
so not food noise, but I will touch on that as well.
Yeah.
But and this was a real moment of realization for me. So go back and listen to the previous podcast about Paddy stopping Mounjaro, and you'll hear a lot more about this. But anyway, so that feeling of not being able to feel full has been a constant.
Okay.
Since.
Still?
So, up until I am now back on Mounjaro.
Yeah. Go back though and say when you started.
As of the time, and I will. So, so I had essentially 4 weeks, thereabouts, maybe a bit more, of 3.5, 4 weeks of pretty much an inability to feel in any way full.
How quickly after you stopped your medication did that feeling come back?
I would say about day 5-ish.
Yeah. And that's how long it takes, isn't it?
Yeah.
For that medication to go out of your system. Now, it probably differs.
Well, it's lessons. It's the half-life. It's not completely gone. Like, it kind of reduces gradually over a number of weeks. But I was shocked at how, as I talked about in the previous podcast, how hungry I thought I was. But obviously I now know it wasn't hunger. It was an inability to feel full. But, yeah, and that was horrible.
Was that more of a feeling of like you could have kept eating?
I could have, and I did.
Yeah.
I did, Belinda.
Yeah.
Because I say it took me a bit of time to get to that realization that I wasn't actually hungry.
Yeah.
You know?
But it was when you started eating?
So
you couldn't make yourself feel full. You couldn't get that sense of fullness.
Even in between meals, no matter what, throughout the day, no matter how much I ate, I would not feel full.
See, that just scares the fucking shit out of me.
And that reminds me of what life was like before we started the medicated journey. And it was scary thinking, oh my God. So I did do a few days of tracking my food on MyFitnessPal to kind of see, okay, what was my intake. I didn't do that for the full few weeks. I had thought I would, but I thought, you know,
thought you planned it.
Yeah, I thought this is not realistic. It's not going to be realistic for me.
Especially when you... But the thing is, Paddy, you did that before.
Yeah.
You did the whole fitness tracking stuff and stuff. But I think because you had been in that period of 7 months of not needing to do that.
Exactly.
And like...
Very intuitive.
Yeah. And leaning into the medication and your fitness and all the rest of it. Then...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, okay, so after you had the realization about the not being able to feel full...
Yeah.
Can you pinpoint if the food noise came back and when it came back?
The food noise came back. It would have been 3 weeks after I stopped.
Okay.
And I was in Westport. And I remember waking up.
You knew.
I knew. Yeah. I woke up and instantly it was like food.
Immediately.
That little radio was back in my head.
3 weeks, not too bad.
No,
not too
I was
bad.
surprised. I thought that would have come back sooner.
That's not like for everyone.
No. It differs massively. As with any kind of journey that people are on, or treatment or medication, whatever, people's biology can impact how it reacts to them. But for me, I was surprised that the food noise didn't come back for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I thought it would come back quicker based on what I'd seen on TikTok from other people and stuff like that. Yeah. But definitely that hole in my stomach was could not fill it.
Which was worse? Which did you find harder to handle, being off the medication?
The inability to feel full.
Right, okay.
Because I now know that is a feeling of almost satisfaction, if that makes sense. A contentment or something that oh, I'm full, I'm grand. I don't need to think about food or anything like that. Or, I don't need to worry about where the next food is come from or what we're having or anything like that. I'm okay. I'm grand. I've had my feed. The amount of times again I've gone, like, say, the sugary stuff, the sweet stuff,
right.
Having to have that multiple times. I say having because my body is driving me to have it. I know it's not a case I'll die if I don't have it, but I mean, in terms of the drive that I was getting from my body, that whole thing again, could easily eat multiple bars of chocolate, that very sweet tooth that I had, standing multiple times, opening the fridge again. And this difference now, I'd kind of be like, what are you doing here? Not every time. Sometimes the fridge won, but again, I'd be like, what are you doing here? So there was some realisation of that.
Were you able to pull back from it?
Sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes. Because again, I would be like...
Is that only because you talked yourself out of it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you had to make an effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It wasn't like opening the fridge when you're on your medication, just closing it and walking away.
No. That's very different.
Yeah, because when you're on your medication, and I know this, and I'm 2.5 years in, and I still can't believe that when I open the fridge and there's a chocolate cake in there, I close the fridge and I walk away. It's absolutely mind-blowing still to me.
And this one thing, I went back and was listening to one of my videos about where there was a bar of chocolate in the fridge like months ago, and I was able to open it, have like one or two,
I remember you talking about this,
like one or two little squares, and I felt satisfied, content from it,
and just walked away.
Whereas the past few weeks, not a hope. If there would have been 3 chocolate bars in there, I probably would have had it again. Yeah. Not because I would have needed them, anything whatsoever like that. Just because that old sensation in my body that I had before last summer, back full force.
Okay, so then I suppose there's this big, huge thing, isn't there, with GLP1 medications, that there's a party of people out there that will say this medication is for life.
Yes.
And you have to have this for life. And then there's another party of people that will say that while you're in this period of medical weight loss, then you should be able to retrain your brain. You should be able to retrain yourself.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that I say with that is, listen, if I couldn't do that for 30 solid years on my goddamn own after trying, I can't even, there's no number. There's no number that could say the amount of times I tried.
Yeah.
Same as yourself. Like, it's not, I don't believe it. I don't believe that being in this state is possible to live like this without a weight loss medication. I don't. I know that's controversial, but I don't really care.
Well, I think for the experts that we follow and that we kind of respect and that we have trusted from their advice and stuff like that.
The oracles.
Yeah.
Dr. Crotty last week.
But like a lot of those would indicate that this is a long-term treatment because as we, again, would say, for us, we see this as a treatment, not a cure.
Yeah.
The same way that you're not going to say to,
somebody with high cholesterol.
Yeah, or diabetic or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, just train yourself to do this or do that.
Train your body.
But anyway, so that was the experience of kind of the food. And then starting back, so...
How many weeks ago did you start back?
Just a week ago. Within the past week.
Oh, was it only a week?
Yeah, just over a week ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was 2.
No.
Okay, right. So what did you start off doing then?
So, I had contacted, which is very Paddy-like. I said I'll find out the answer.
I'll ask every single person I know.
Literally. So I asked multiple medical professionals, these are fully qualified doctors, etc.
Yeah.
About what should my restarting regime look like. So,
saying that you had come away from it
for a number of weeks before surgery.
And you were on before you came off?
15 milligram.
15 milligram.
Yeah, so I was on the highest dose of Mounjaro, which is treatment I'm on, 15 milligram once a week. And I got answers varying from you can resume your treatment the day after surgery, to you can resume it a week after, to you can resume it 2 weeks after, to it could be 4 weeks or more before you can resume it. So I got very inconsistent answers. I'm not saying any of them give me wrong information.
Yeah. But there isn't
alignment on how it resumes for me.
Did you reach out to the manufacturers?
No,
okay.
Because they won't give you medical advice.
Okay.
They won't.
Right.
And
that's
not their job.
Yeah.
That's not their job.
Yeah. But that information has to be out there.
Well, I don't know. You see, this is where, like, the doctors and the prescribers and the experts that are trained in this is where I think often they will use their judgment based on a patient and their medical situation to make a judgment on it. And I think that's why I was getting different answers.
And depending on your own biology and age and weight and height and everything.
So, like, I don't think anyone told me wrong information as such. I just think it showed maybe just some of the discrepancies in how people think about and give advice on this. But the things that I took away from it was that kind of post-surgery, there wasn't like a clinical risk as such, if you get me, in terms of when I go back on it. It was more so the considerations were resuming it too early could result in it slowing down healing for me. If I had a large gap of a number of weeks and restarted back on that high dose of 15, that I could have some side effects. Yeah,
definitely would have.
So these were the things. So I didn't have a clear answer to go with.
Right. So you took matters into your own hand, and what did you do?
So I tried to look at the various bits of information I'd been given, and I said, right, do you know what? Also thinking ahead to maintenance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I went with the approach of restarting on 2.5.
Right.
So I was like, multiple people had told me I could start on maybe 7.5 again.
I was going to say a bit higher,
about 7.5. But I said, you know what? I'm actually curious to see as well. Now, other people, I said, I had got different advice from different places, but including one place that did mention 2.5. So I said, okay, I'm going to restart on the 2.5. It's the lowest dose again. I know there's been other people that after periods of weeks have restarted on 2.5 and stuff like that, but I was curious to see as well, how is this going to impact my body? Like, was I going to get that, what we call that therapeutic response again from it? So I took the first dose of 2.5 and it was nothing.
Right.
Yeah, nothing.
Might as well have been thrown out the window.
Nothing whatsoever.
Yeah. So when you started going back on the medication, did you have at any point in your mind that, you know, I might just see now where I would land if I was in maintenance phase at this point, like having lost like 100 pounds? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. That was partly in my mind as well, to see, okay, where it's going to be interesting to see where does my body get that response.
Yeah, and how long? Like, it would last, when you get to that stage that you are getting a therapeutic response, how long can you get out of that? Yeah. You know, looking at maintenance kind of as well. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. And then moved to more recently to the 5 milligram.
Right.
So 5 milligrams surprised me.
Okay.
Given that I was on 15, whatever, I can't remember the weeks, a good few weeks ago. 5 milligram, I did get a bit of a response from, which lasted, I would say, maybe two days, maybe 2 to 3 days.
Right.
So I did get some response from it.
Yeah. You weren't expecting it, were you?
I wasn't expecting that, no.
Right, okay.
I wasn't. It was pretty short lived.
Yeah.
But I did get that. And then,
how long did you give that then? How long did you go on to the 2.5, and then how long
So a week after I took the 2.5, I took the 5.
Right, okay.
Because you have to leave a week between them. So
Right, okay.
Yeah. So that was why. And actually, I'm just thinking you're right. It is 2 weeks since I started back. Because
I was thinking because you've done,
Yeah, because I'm just thinking, sure, I took 7.5 yesterday, so it is.
So this, you're going into your third.
So I'm going into my third week now.
Yes.
If you get me.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. I get so confused with
I'm always right.
all the days.
You don't have your spreadsheet in front
I
of you.
don't have my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
I know. So I've taken so 5 milligram. Yeah, there was a short-lived response from
Okay,
it.
so a couple of days.
A couple of days.
And then you went for maybe 4 days without any response from it at all?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Just like I had nothing whatsoever. And then so just took 7.5 yesterday.
Okay.
And I do feel again that I do have that sensation of not being hungry, of feeling full.
Okay, good. Okay.
Let me rephrase that. Of feeling full.
Yeah.
So I would say throughout,
like what you ate earlier on now, did you get your feeling from that? Your full feeling?
So I wasn't even hungry eating that.
Yeah, right. I don't know what I ordered.
Yeah,
because I
so
wasn't hungry.
Earlier on, I had
Protein
some
bar?
protein at breakfast and had coffee, and then at lunch, I said I was going to get some soup and some brown bread, which I did. But I wouldn't say I had that sensation of needing food. No. Whereas right now, because I know we're going for dinner after this as well, I do feel that physical hunger, which is what I want. I am starting to feel a little bit like on that hunger scale. I'd say I'm like maybe a 6 tipping into a 7 now. So by the time we get down for dinner, I'd say I probably will be hungry. But which is normal, and that's even when I was on 7.5 or even when I was on 15 before. If you go long enough without food, you are going to feel hungry eventually.
This is the thing as well, isn't it? That's another, like, people think that it's a red flag when you're on this
Oh my
medication
God, no,
to feel hunger.
Yeah.
You have to feel hungry.
Like,
you absolutely must feel hungry.
Like, I think if somebody is chasing 24/7 suppression,
they're not going to find it.
You need to have a chat,
with
probably
yourself,
with yourself, but with your doctor,
Therapist.
and probably but all joking aside,
I'm not
probably
being flippant about that now, but
but anyway, so that's going to be the
people go in
journey.
expecting that, but it's
Yes,
not, it's not.
But that's been
reality.
the kind of journey so far. That but 2 weeks back on the 7.5. I'd be interested to see how many days I get out of it.
Do you think you're going to get a couple of days longer maybe out of this?
I'd hope so.
I would hope so
but
too.
Then if I look at when I moved from 10 to 12.5,
right,
and 12.5 wasn't that therapeutic for me.
10.
Even though it was a stronger dose for me.
10 did nothing for me now.
It's just and this
everyone's
say,
different.
Everybody's journey is so different. Different.
Yeah.
And like, as much as we share ours, you can't use ours for comparison, or you can't use people on TikTok or Instagram for comparison.
You can't use anybody's story as a comparison.
You can't.
Nothing.
No.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah. You just don't compare yourself to others, because it really does suck the joy out of everything.
Absolutely. And you can start getting worried about things and what about this, what about that, and that's why your doctor. That is the person to have those chats with.
Yeah.
But anyway, so so that's been
a journey.
That has been a journey over the last 6 weeks, actually, is it? Yeah, it must be. So anyway.
So are you just relieved to be back on it now?
Yes, massively. Because weight.
Oh God.
Which we haven't spoke about.
I know what you're going to talk about. Go on.
Yeah. So I knew, based on my lifetime of diets and when diets pause and all that kind of stuff, I knew there would be weight gain. I had hoped, or maybe if I could say the same, but when I quickly saw the way that my body was responding again, when I come off the treatment, I knew my weight was going to go up. I wasn't overly concerned about this, though. You know, I was down 95 pounds, was it, or whatever the case, at the start of the treatment.
So you knew you had a few pounds to play around with.
Yeah, I wasn't, like, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't, it's not a sprint, like, it's not a rush to do anything. But
you've done it so quickly anyway. Well,
it did.
You didn't, it just happened
quickly. Yeah, my body responded quickly. So, like, I wasn't in any rush to get anything, to achieve anything. But anyway, so over the space of the 4
full weeks,
4 to 5 weeks, whatever it was, it ended up being that I regained 14 pounds, 1 stone.
Yeah, easy. Not shocked by that at all.
If you are somebody who has not lived a life of relapsing with your weight, you could be shocked by a number of how in God's name could somebody...
You put up a stone
how
in
did
4
you put up a
weeks?
stone? What were you
Yeah.
gorging on? Okay.
Yeah.
And I understand why people can think that.
Yeah.
But I think for those that are supporting patients like ourselves that are on this treatment, or for people that have lived with a life of relapsing, they will absolutely get how that happens.
And
why
they will
that
not be
happens.
stunned by
They will
that.
not be stunned at all. They probably think, oh God, I thought it'd be more.
God, yeah. 21 pounds maybe.
Now, the other thing is, I know I have always regained very quickly.
Yeah,
always.
same.
Always.
Especially coming off of the back of eating well
Yeah.
and healthy and doing all the things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing is, though, I know I typically lose weight pretty quickly as well.
Yeah.
So I do. So again, I'm not worried about any of that at
Yeah.
all. And again, some people might believe me, but I'm genuinely not in
Because
any
you know
way.
it's ahead of you now,
Yeah, exactly.
Paddy. But
And-
if that happened to you like last year, you'd
yeah.
put up a stone in 4 weeks, you'd be
I would have gone, fuck this.
yep. And
That would have been a relapse.
yep, and you would have went worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that could have been 6
Absolutely.
months down a fucking dark hole for you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
But now
I have my stabilizer to help me.
yes.
Again, like the other things over the past 2 weeks, like I haven't been able to do the gym, haven't been able
Yeah.
to do like my swimming, my sauna,
Yeah,
things that
yeah,
I
yeah,
love.
yeah.
So I am going to be able to restart the gym in like the coming weeks, which I'm really excited by.
Yeah.
I got the go ahead for that again. So
And you're swimming.
yeah, swimming, and like the sauna and stuff. So like I'm really excited by getting that. So that's the other thing, is that those kind of say lifestyle interventions that people tell you to do, I just haven't been allowed to do
Them.
workouts
Yeah,
because
yeah,
of the
yeah,
surgery
yeah.
and that.
Yeah.
So literally I've been allowed walk and I've been allowed rest.
That's it. But
Indeed.
that's okay. But like, you know what?
But it's what my body needed.
Yeah, but it's also going to come to a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah,
This,
yeah, yeah.
your journey that you've just gone through is going to come to an awful lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But anyway, so that has been,
it's a lot, Paddy.
yeah, but really interesting. Really
Yeah, yeah,
insightful
yeah.
for me. Really, really insightful
I'm
for
looking
me.
forward to hearing you, like what you have to say about what's coming. You know, the titration in the doses and how long you're getting suppression out of them and stuff.
Yeah. Because I'm going to follow it through. I am going to like, even if I'm going to go like to the 10 to the 12.5 to the 15.
Are you going to spend 4 weeks on each one?
No,
You're just going to go 1 week.
No, and that was the medical advice I got, that I could,
Right.
because I'd been on 15 before, that it was safe for me to titrate up
quicker.
kind of quicker. Yeah.
Right,
So
got it.
again, that's not me just pulling something out of the sky.
Yeah.
That was advice that I got from
Sound
from
advice.
him. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because again, I went to 4,
Can I? Yeah.
5 different places asking.
And
for it.
asked, yeah. So if you go to, say you're on 7.5 now, if this lasts you for the week, then that's great.
Yeah.
Will you go straight into 10 without thinking, oh, well, 7.5 is giving me a little bit of
If I got the
suppression?
week out of 7.5,
Yeah.
I would do another week in 7.5.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. And then when you go up to 10,
Same.
same.
I'll do the same. Yeah,
You're
no,
not going to shoot back
no,
up again.
no,
You're
no,
going to
no.
you want to do the journey.
Yeah, no, I'm not in
and
any rush.
see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good because it's good information to have.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And
And it's good information. It's information that everybody else wants to hear as well. Like,
yeah, and I'd say
You know?
I'm doing this with the guidance of my prescriber as well.
Yeah.
You know, so,
Yeah.
and obviously that's what you need to do, is to work with it, because I've spoken to other people that had surgery, different types of surgery, different intensities, you know, different types of anesthetic, all that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been kind of my insight with.
while you were going through that, did you reach out to anybody personally that has had an operation or anything? And
So they reached out to me.
right, okay,
I had a number of people, the days that I put up about the surgery itself. Like, I didn't put up a picture of me like in my bed in the hospital, because
you should have put it on Facebook.
No, it's one of my kind of little icks. So
Yeah.
It's just, but anyway. And now
Social media icks, we both have them.
and that's not speaking bad of people that do that. It's just one of the things that, for me, I would see it an ick towards myself.
Yeah.
But
So people reached out to you and told you their stories?
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So there was a good few people reached out that had different types of surgery under general anaesthetic, and what their journey was like. Again, different people that were told different amounts of time beforehand to stop, different amounts of times afterwards, what they need to
regain,
doses.
yeah.
So even from the people I spoke with, I didn't get a general consensus of
Right.
what it was.
They were all different.
It was because, again, it's a personal journey. And I genuinely mean that. That's where your doctor or whoever, works with you to determine what is the best healthcare approach for you. Yeah.
It's not a blanket, is it?
Exactly. But yeah, so that has been the last few weeks. I am looking forward to getting back, into my routine. I say off working out, off my food, all that kind of stuff. Again, and but no, things have been good. It's been a very good few weeks though. It has, in fairness, and I think.
And you had some time off work as well.
I had some time off work, which I didn't want, but the doctor was
made you, didn't they? Yeah. Your job,
People that know me will know how difficult that was for me. I am not good at sitting down and do it. I'm not. I know for some people it's their sound. It's like
it doesn't sit well with me either.
Yeah, some people are like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. You get to sit down and do nothing. I'm like, no, this is hell to me. But I said to the doctor, oh look, I work from home and I use my laptop and
still.
I was like, no, I would think you should rest. You need 2 weeks to rest. And I was like, God. So that was very tough. Psychologically very tough. Waking up every day. Because it was almost like I didn't have a purpose any day.
Yes.
Now, I know my purpose was to heal. I do know that. But in terms of day, and it's not as if I could go out to the beach or I could go to the gym or I could go to the sauna or I could,
do the things that you like to do.
Even go on the exercise bike or stuff like that. I could walk. Bearing in mind, I had just finished a full month of doing 5k every day. So
no, you were done with that as well, weren't you?
Walking wasn't really one of the things.
Something you were missing.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, so that's been the last kind of 6-ish weeks.
The podcast you were on.
Well, before that, because we spoke about me for a lot.
Oh, right, okay.
So
nothing's happened in my life in the past month.
Nothing. No, I don't know. So, talk to me about, you went on a podcast recently. Do you know when that is going to air?
No, but I think it's probably going to be aired before this comes out. So we can talk about that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So if people haven't heard the podcast or know of it, tell us, what is the podcast, first of all, and who is it with? Okay,
so it's called the Plus Sides podcast, and Kim and Kath run it. It's an award-winning podcast.
Is it Irish?
No, it's American.
Okay,
cool. It's won so many awards over in the States, and they are just so much fun. Much fun. They're on their own journeys, their own medical weight loss journeys, and Bear is Kim's husband. I think he's on it as well, I think. Yes, I think he is, And they were just really warm, really welcoming.
Brilliant.
And we had loads of fun.
And was it just you on it?
No. We had Dr. Mick Crotty on there as well. We were swooning.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The three of us, it was so funny. Before he came on, obviously.
Oh, God.
And I think at one stage I called him the Oracle.
Yeah. So, Dr. Mick Crotty is one of the people that we look up to and have done for a long time.
Yeah. That's where we go to.
So Dr. Mick Crotty was one of the first people 2.5 years ago, maybe more, that I heard talking about obesity in a way that did not make me feel shamed or guilted about something.
Yeah.
And it was...
So he runs My Best Weight.
Yes.
He's the founder of
My Best Weight. Which is a multidisciplinary weight management service based in the Republic of Ireland. And
it's not fully multidisciplinary though.
As in, you can choose to meet with a dietitian if you want.
Yeah, you can choose to meet with an exercise expert, or you can choose to meet with an endocrinologist. Yes. And everybody's there, health coaches, everything. But if you want them,
so you could go and just meet with the doctor would make and kind of go through your kind of journey and get your treatment and care via him. But there is the kind of and again, this is, now I haven't been a patient, but
I've spoken to so many that are though.
So it's kind of like, okay, I'm on this journey, I'm working with this doctor, but you know what, I'd like to add on maybe with a movement specialist, they, or with a dietitian, they have Josh, they have their so they have a few different kind of options there. But I love the content that they put out. It is so he's
so informative, isn't he?
I just love it.
He's so eloquent in the way he speaks about it, and so knowledgeable.
Yeah. Yeah.
He told his story about how he got into it,
Yeah.
and I'd love to talk to him about that someday. Actually, yeah.
I totally would have been fanboying a bit.
Oh yeah, we totally were.
Yeah, because I even on the way down here, I was re-listening to his interview on TV3.
Yeah.
Virgin Media. It's always going to be TV3.
I know, yeah. TV3,
on Ireland AM, and again, it's so nice to hear people speaking in such an easy way to understand about the disease of obesity. Yeah. And trying to change that narrative within society and within healthcare and advocating for it.
And that's what he's all about.
Yeah, it is.
He's all about it.
So I'm very jealous.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous.
Well,
anyway, so what kind of thing... I know we'll come to him, but what kind of bits did you get to talk about?
We spoke about... everything that there was to speak about, we spoke about it. And I can barely remember them,
but you know what?
Honest.
I'm a bit jealous of the podcasts in America because they have such strong, say, free speech.
Yes.
They
can literally say what they like.
Anything. In Ireland, for people that don't know, in Ireland, it is very...
governed.
It's very strict. Yeah. The area... and
we're finding that out.
Very strict, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very strict.
Especially around social media.
And I think it's going to be an interesting kind of few months and few years ahead in Ireland. But anyway, in America, there's a lot of things that people mightn't be admiring at the moment. But anyway, we're not going down that rabbit hole. But it is one of the things that I think is interesting is kind of like their free speech thing.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing we spoke about was access to the medication.
Because it's so expensive there.
Yeah.
Well.
And how it's not healthcare, it's wealth care.
And it'd be interesting to see though.
But it's the same here now, Paddy.
Well, this is what I was going to say.
Yeah, it's exactly the same here. If you can't afford that medication for the disease of obesity, then you're not getting it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely not getting it.
Yeah.
Here, and it's the same over in the States as well, except at least they can get their insurance to cover different insurance groups cover some of them, won't cover others, but nobody will cover anything over here.
Yeah.
You know, it's so unfair.
Yeah.
And that's just because people still do not recognise obesity as a disease, the same as every other disease.
But sure, we see that in our social media comments every day.
Yes, especially on TikTok. It's wild. It's wild over there.
TikTok is the Wild West, all right.
Scares the shit out of me.
That's gas. But... yeah, no, definitely there is still, and I even did a video about it recently because I had a comment on TikTok about, I lost 3 stone and you just need to do movement and focus on your thing. Essentially, you eat less, move more, that's all you need to do. And I just responded with, first of all, fair play to you on losing 3 stone.
Yeah, well done.
That is amazing. Absolutely. Yeah. But unfortunately, some people have a relapsing disease, which is, impacting them lifelong. And for those people... your approach of just eat less, move more may not be an effective intervention for them, and we have data to see that
and to back that up.
Yeah. So that podcast might be out now, we think, by the time this one comes out.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll let me know. I just haven't.
But again, what's it called?
Plus Sides Podcast.
Yes.
With Kim and Kath.
And they're on Instagram as well, because I do follow them.
All of their podcasts are actually on Instagram.
Cool.
And I think they did one the other night as well. They did it live. I haven't managed to keep up or see it yet or listen to it. But it was about GLP1 babies.
Oh, okay.
People that have lost so much weight and was able to go on and get pregnant and have more babies. So I'm looking forward to listening to that as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah. But it is a thing.
Yeah. Cool. So that was
it. Yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah. That's kind of all that's really happened, to be honest.
You're still in the gym?
God, yes, I'm still in the gym.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I am so happy. We're now 2.5 months nearly since you started the gym, because it was before Christmas. Remember, and I remember
14th of December, my mother's birthday.
I remember thinking at the time, this woman's mad starting this just before
everyone said
Christmas.
And I kind of stopped drinking as well.
Yeah.
Well, I've had a couple of bad nights on it since then, but yeah.
Are you having a drink tonight?
I probably only have one glass though. Okay.
Check back later.
No, I swear to
check
God.
The Instagram stories later, folks.
Paddy, what time is it? It's 7:10. I can't wait to go to bed.
Okay, calm down. It's not that type of podcast.
So the reason I came up here was to get a bit of peace and quiet.
Okay, I thought you said you're going somewhere easy to come up here with.
Go to bed
Oh God,
now.
there's way too many.
Connotations.
Yeah.
But yes, the gym, absolutely flying it in the gym. And have I done anything else? I've been really consistent with my Pilates.
Yeah.
And I'm so fucking strong in my Pilates
Brilliant.
now. So
Brilliant.
strong. Emer, my Pilates instructor, even said it to me. And I think I did over a minute plank, which I've never done in 3 years.
So I would struggle with a minute plank.
Yeah.
Like I would really struggle with a minute plank.
Yeah, yeah.
We could do a minute plank now.
I couldn't take my shoes off for you now, Paddy. I'm so tired.
Oh God.
But yeah, so that's going really, really well. And again, I spoke to Emer last week, my Pilates instructor, and she's going to come on, and I'm going to have a little chat with her, and we're going to record it as well.
Yeah, cool.
Just around maybe.
Did you record before? Did you record podcast before
with who?
with Emer? Twice?
Nope.
No.
3 times.
Oh,
And I'm still mortified about it.
God.
3 times we tried to record the podcast. The first time I couldn't hear her audio on it. The second time I couldn't hear my audio on it. And then the third time it just didn't record.
Gas.
So what we've decided to do the next time is you're going to come on with us.
Am I? All right.
Oh no, you're not going to be in the podcast. You're just going to be coming on to make sure everybody's talking properly into proper things.
Bit rude.
And it's recording. I know. Oh, we know it's rude. We're fully aware.
Tough shit.
But yeah, that's kind of been it really.
Cool.
I'm doing my aqua aerobics, and what else? Fitting into clothes better. That's what I've been doing. Cool. I took 3 tops out of the wardrobe this morning to get something nice to wear, and 3 of them just didn't fit me.
Yeah, I had stuff pulled out to wear down here, and I put it on me, and I was like, it's fucking hanging off me. Yeah. Do you know?
Yeah. And do you know what the really weird thing is that, like, I'm losing a pound here and a pound there and whatever, but I'm not losing pounds compared to my inches.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah. So your body is changing shape.
Oh my God, my body is changing shape so much now. Actually, somebody commented on Instagram today, my friend Harper from, I think it's Florida she's from. I think she'll probably kill me if I get that wrong. Anyway, and she said that she could see the definition in my legs even on Instagram. Yes. And I was delighted with myself.
And this is
so I'm
where...
take that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And this, like, I haven't looked at your legs, so I can't, you know...
Yeah, I'll show them to you later on.
Wrong tree. How are you, Sean? You're just not again. Oh God!
It's getting late, Paddy.
Yeah, but that's where that body composition thing, and then that comes back to health because you're focusing on health and you're focusing on muscle and you're focusing on your muscle health and your body health over a number of scales, which is so much more healthy.
Yeah, it is, and it's so freeing as well. And honestly, my coach from the gym texted me the other day to say that your next in-body scan is due.
Okay.
And I said, oh my God, really? I just felt like I just did that. And she said, no, that was 4 weeks ago. Okay. And I was there like, I don't want to know anything about my weight. I really don't. So I might just not bother looking, and she can just give me the information about my fat loss and my muscle gain. Yeah. Now, she said it won't be it usually isn't as good as the first time that you start. That's, same with losing weight, isn't it? So we'll see how that goes as well.
Cool. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting for everyone.
Yeah. So then a week ago or so, just over a week ago, from when we're recording this, I was out in Donnybrook in RTE.
That's right.
For the Late Late Show.
Yes.
So for people outside of Ireland, the Late Late Show is the world's longest running chat show.
Yep.
So it is, believe it or not. And the current host is Patrick Keelty, who is married to Kat Deely. Is that right?
Oh,
is it? Have I made that up?
Oh no, no way, Kath Deely. No way. She's English, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's with your man, the tall, dark-haired fella.
Huh?
Am I right?
I don't know. Let me I'm quickly Googling here.
Yeah.
Spouse Kat Deely.
Oh.
Married in 2012.
Oh, she's a blonde girl. Pretty
Yeah.
girl. Oh, right. I thought she was married to some host.
Yeah.
Chat show host in the UK. Anyway,
Yeah. So there you go. But yes.
He's
so
quite good. He's a good presenter.
yeah. So I was invited out as part of the publicity for a TV documentary that I am on. I know we've alluded to this. I don't think we've really spoke about it though.
Allowed.
No, so we haven't
No.
really spoke about it. But so last August,
God, was it?
like 3.5, 4, 3. I don't know how many stone ago. Maybe 3 stone
Oh
ago.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh.
I filmed a documentary for RTE.
Can I just intersect?
Yeah.
I was also invited on, and I said no.
But life was in a different place for you. Life was in a different place for you.
Biggest mistake in my life
But
so
look
far.
There'll be more opportunities.
Yes.
Because
It'll be
we've
fine.
actually, that was another thing. We never talked about news talk. But
Yes. Oh
yeah.
my God, yeah.
So so last August I filmed with Catherine Thomas and her lovely producer Judy, and they came down for a couple of days down to where I live, and they did a bit of filming in the radio station where I work.
Catherine Thomas is very famous in Ireland as well.
Yeah, so we did a good bit of filming just about my journey, about my experience with Mounjaro, about how I was accessing it, because obviously it wasn't available in the Republic of Ireland at that time. So
right, yeah.
So like we covered quite a bit. Obviously I don't know how much is going to make the show.
Yeah. How much you're going to be in it.
But like I didn't realise that it's 2 1-hour shows.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so
with the breaks and that, Paddy.
yeah, but that's still a decent amount of airtime.
But look, she had Johan Harry
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. You've done a lot of work has gone into
yeah.
this. A lot of work has gone into it.
Yeah.
So I believe it's mostly episode 2, I think it is, that I'm in. But the ads for it are run at the moment, and I'm on the ad. So
Yeah, which is nice. And Ashley is on
yes,
the ads
Ashley's
as well.
on the ads as well. Our
Yeah.
friend Ashley.
We're going to get Ashley
on the podcast. Absolutely.
Ashley's in Dublin at the moment
Yes.
with the what's the show?
Future Beauty Show.
Future Beauty Show. Yeah.
But we'll meet up in Dublin, and we'll
Yeah,
meet
we
up at
will.
Ashley,
We'll
record on it.
go up to her.
But so I was invited out to RTE just to give a bit of a contribution, because Catherine Thomas was going to be on the Late Late Show talking about the show.
Yeah.
And
who
myself,
were you? You were go on.
with Professor Dr. Donal O'Shea, who is like one of the most kind of, I'd say, respected and kind of senior people obesity wise within the HSE.
Yeah. Well, he is the lead. Yeah.
And he is somebody who has been involved with like both GLP1 and obesity for like decades.
Yeah.
And I brought my sister with me, Frances, and we were in the green room out in RTE, which is where like I was kind of waiting before you be brought out for your little bit. And I just looked and like
Paddy was fanboy.
I was like, oh my God, that's Donal O'Shea beside me. That's Donal O'Shea. I really respect that man. Really respect that man. Like, he's like, oh God.
But tell everybody what you didn't do.
What didn't I do?
You didn't tell them about our podcast.
No, because it wasn't appropriate.
It's always appropriate.
I am not like that.
Oh
I
my
can't.
God,
No,
it's the most appropriate thing you could have spoken. I would have went right in there for the jugular.
I'm surprised you're not telling me off for telling Patrick Keelty that we did run on the Late Late Show.
Did you not mention her? Did you not tell Patrick Keelty that?
Did you not watch?
Yes, of course I did.
No. So anyway, excuse me.
I can't remember now.
Yeah. So anyway, we were in, and like he, Donal went in and was in the green room as well, and sat down with myself and my sister, got to chat to him for like maybe, I don't know, 45 minits beforehand, after my makeup done.
Did you have a drink and like just mingle and stuff?
Yeah. Well, like water and still crisps and stuff, but yeah, just such a like tick box kind of, oh my God, this was on my list of people I would love to sit down and have a conversation with.
And did you speak about...
We spoke a little bit about my journey, my experience, some about his, and stuff like that, and then just random life stuff. So it was just amazing. Like such...
I would have totally went into interview mode.
No.
You tried not to, did you?
No, it was just...
In the moment.
For what it was.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. So it was just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Got a lovely picture of myself and himself
and Catherine
afterwards.
Yeah.
And a picture of me and Patrick Keelty.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, by the time this podcast airs, if you missed it, it is called the Skinny Jab Revolution, which I know is going to divide people.
What did you think of the name?
So there's a couple of things here, and again, I'm coming at this from a slightly different angle in terms of somebody that I guess has been involved in media for many, many years, and somebody that has been on The Biggest Loser.
Yeah.
So I get a little bit the way telly works.
I get that.
Yeah, TV is ultimately a source of entertainment.
Yeah, and it's to sensationalise, isn't it?
If I was doing a documentary on what I call the skin jab, I wouldn't. But I get why they did, because you want something that is going to get people's attention.
And evoke
society,
yeah,
for the most part, is calling these skinny jabs.
Yeah.
You know, rightly and wrongly. And I think this, where even on the documentary, you know, there is discussion about how this is not what they're not a skinny jab. You know, we know this. So it is using terminology that the average person on the street is using.
Yeah. And on social media.
Exactly. Yeah. As opposed to saying, this is what they're called. Yeah. If you get me.
So
I do absolutely get it.
Because if you put up, the GLP1 revolution, nobody
people
would
like,
even
what are you talking about?
Like, what are you on about?
So, you know, I'm hoping that with an eye-catching name like that it will draw people in and help to educate people.
Of course it will draw people in.
And they'll educate people. Yeah. So I totally get it.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, we mentioned it on social media, you know, there was mixed messages about, you know, Catherine Thomas, she was involved with Operation Transformation, such a horrible show, blah,
she
blah,
was
blah.
Not. She was a presenter.
She was a presenter. And the other thing, again, like Operation Transformation, very similar parallels to The Biggest Loser in many, many ways. And I've said before, I would jump at the chance
to do it again.
The Biggest Loser again. 100%.
Yeah.
Because again, I think people are missing that it is an entertainment show, but it's also as a way to try and inspire people. You go and look during the month of January when Operation Transformation is in, how many communities are out there walking, out there doing exercises, doing community initiatives. So
it was brilliant for that, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And people will talk about, but the, you know, parade people around there with their top off and lycra. Do
you know who I didn't like on it?
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, Dr. Ava.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
She was dreadful.
I wouldn't have been a big fan of her.
Yeah, she was awful. And I don't want for people to say just because we like Catherine Thomas and thought that was great. We certainly, I would never.
She wouldn't be on my Christmas card list.
Yeah,
either.
definitely not.
No. I would love to have a conversation with her.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able. I probably shouldn't.
I
have
would,
a conversation with her.
because again, I do find people that I disagree with intriguing to talk to.
And where they're coming from.
Yeah, I do find it. So I might mull over that one.
That'd be brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll leave you
because
to
the thing is, like with a podcast like this, it's important that it's not just our narrative, that we challenge ourselves what we think as well, and that's important, you know. But anyway,
see, but
I know.
Because I could literally go on for an hour about that.
But like, I have to say that during the entire experience, both filming off camera, between filming and kind of now in the show coming out, Judy and Catherine were, and again, Judy was a producer, the most warm, welcoming, supportive, caring, non-judgmental space was created for me.
Yeah.
And a really healthy curiosity about my experience.
Yeah.
And about how it was impacting me, how it was being beneficial to me, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's you know, would have been people on it that will have had the opposite, because again, you know, these treatments don't work for everyone, and some people will have bad side effects, and some people they will not work for at all. Some people can't afford them. So I'd hope that there is that balance in it as well to kind of share that. But I'm excited to see. I don't like watching myself on telly. I don't like listening back to myself, which is ironic given that I work in radio as well, and do the podcast. I do not like listening or seeing myself, but I'll be curious to see.
Oh yeah, well, everything else as well, apart from yourself.
And like it was really nice because I got to film in my local gym in Sligo as well. Rom.
And she came into your home as well.
Yeah, came in and made lunch. Literally made lunch. Yeah.
So how many cameramen and audios and
one?
Oh, is that all?
So we had
cool.
Catherine. We had Judy, the producer, and we had the cameraman, kind of sound man, whose name I cannot for the life of me remember. So apologies.
Yeah. So that was nice then.
Yeah.
It wasn't too overwhelming.
No, the amount of cleaning that went on in the house.
Obviously.
I would like to say that I can take all the credit. My poor husband Peter, he scrubbed the house within an inch of its life.
Oh my God, because Catherine was coming.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, Daniel's coming, Daniel's coming. It was like, oh my God. And
I wouldn't have her in my house.
4K, whatever, I'm sure, cameras. And it's like, oh my God, every little bit of dust.
Yeah. Oh my God, pick up everything.
The house was tidy for about a week.
Yeah.
And then
just went again.
I hope other people's houses are the same. 'Cause
well, I wouldn't have brought her into my house. There's no way I would have brought 3 kids, 2 dogs, and Sean. Are you joking me?
Yeah, there's only me, Peter, and the cat.
Yeah, I know.
But still,
yeah, I know.
Still,
yeah. We're all the same. Paddy.
But anyway, so the other thing,
we were both on a radio
News Talk.
Yeah,
yes.
News Talk together.
So
which is really, really reputable.
Yeah, it's a national radio station, independent radio station.
Yep.
And they were doing a piece about the release of Mounjaro in the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah.
And that is up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Is it? I have it up on. Yeah, it's up on Instagram.
Yeah. We should put that on our whatchamacallit as well. YouTube.
Oh yeah.
The whole bit. Yeah.
So
he was Kieran Cuddy. Kieran Cuddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the presenter. He's really good. He does the drive time in the evening.
I listen to that show. Like I genuinely listen to that.
I do as well.
Yeah.
I always have News Talk on. So does Sean. Yeah, I never did before until I met Sean, but I do find it interesting. The older I'm getting, that kind of way. Yeah. I'm only 15.
What changes does it make in detention?
I'm only joking, I heard you.
Yeah. Did you? Say it louder.
But yeah, it was really good, and he was really genuinely intrigued.
Because we were concerned. We'd spoke beforehand.
Very concerned, yeah.
We thought, because I said to you before, why are they bringing 2 people on that have positive, mostly positive experience?
Yeah, and who is going to be on the other line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because not like an experience you had before.
Yeah, I've been caught rotten before.
So, but no, it was a very kind of healthy discussion. Yeah, it was.
Healthy discussion, and he had a healthy curiosity about it, and we got to tell our story, and that was the end of it. Yeah, which
was good.
I was not expecting at all.
Yeah.
Because the last time I went on a news program, I thought I was going on to tell my story, and the next minute, bang, the most horrendous man was on the other line, and I was just ambushed.
Were you in the Oval Office?
Yeah.
Moving swiftly along.
Ambushed and just bombarded. And it was horrendous. So I think, but I'm over that now because I've spoken to other people now and it's fine. But yeah. Lesson learned, mate.
Yeah.
Big lesson learned.
And I think it's, I say for me, I always expect if I'm doing any kind of media stuff and if I'm telling a positive thing,
or you
I'm expecting the complete opposite to either come from the presenter or a guest or something.
Yeah. Now I did speak to the producer of the News Talk show and I asked him who else is going to be there. Are you going to have anybody else speaking about the other side of it? Or are you going to have any experts on? Yeah. And he said, but I think later in the show. And I was like, okay. Yeah. But again,
no, it was a fair experience.
They are extremely reputable compared to the other
so that
program that I was on.
That was good.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
And
there's
then
something else though, isn't there?
I recorded a podcast the other day.
Oh yeah, are we allowed to talk about that now? Well, I think yours.
If it's not, I'll edit it out.
Yeah, but yours that's coming out Monday.
As far as I'm aware, unless something changes, it should be out. Yeah. So I am
so jealous. Massive fan.
I just gasped.
Yeah.
So one of my good friends is Alan Clark. Big news coming soon, Alan Clark. And
name drop. Jesus, Paddy.
like myself and Alan have been friends, I'd say maybe 20 something years.
That long?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 20, God, I don't know, 25 years maybe.
And that's the name of his podcast.
Big news coming soon.
Big news coming soon. Yeah. He's an animal for social media. He's so good. Like,
it all kind of kicked off over like a donkey video.
That's right.
Yeah. On social media.
Yeah, he was taking the piss, wasn't he?
And he's won like Gossies and Podcast Awards and all this kind of stuff.
And he hosts massive shows and everything, and he's had his cookie gin.
Yeah. Cook
His
Gin.
dog,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lots
And
of stuff.
what's
And
his-
he has a book and stuff like that.
And his
So
Northern Hemisphere, is it?
he had a brand, Northern Hemisphere, that he was
Yeah.
involved with and stuff like that. But but I say it's so. Alan has said multiple times to me, must do a podcast. I'm like, yeah. Must do a podcast. Yeah. Like literally quite a few times.
Because you
over
said
the
this
past
to me
year.
6 months ago.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, last week he was like, Paddy,
When are you free?
podcast. And I was like, okay. And I was like, I'm free tomorrow, I'm free the next day, I'm free, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, tomorrow. And I was like, okay. I was like, grand, I'll spin down to you, we can catch up and we'll do the podcast. So we did. So
How long were you in there talking?
I think the final edit was like over 2.5 hours.
That's
so
mental.
God love him. I don't know.
That's so easy though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Particularly, I say we know each other so long and stuff like that. And he's somebody that I massively respect and trust and admire in terms of his entrepreneurial spirit and his get up and go and
Determination.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But he's the reason I like his podcasts is he always starts from the very beginning.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
And we did as well.
Yeah, the very beginning. Like, it's like, who are you?
Yeah.
Just who are you? Tell me exactly who you are. Where'd you go to school? What was your life like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in me talking more random stuff with one of my mates, go and check out Alan Clark's Big News Coming Soon podcast. And
wait to hear it.
It'll probably have been a couple of weeks ago, or I'm not sure when this is coming out or when that's coming out. But anyway, you'll find me there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh well, we'll put it up on Instagram.
And
anyway.
do you know what's random as well? Is that literally, I would say within like 5 minutes of me having been chatting to Alan the day before, kind of confirming we were doing the podcast, someone randomly sent him a photo from one of my reels on the A Dose of Paddy page,
right?
Whereby I've a split second. I'm doing it's my reel about, I think, regaining 9 stone or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm throwing like in that I show some old photos from like early 2000s, and Alan's in one of them.
Oh.
Now, somebody took a screenshot of that and sent it to Alan and was like, "Is
The
this?"
day before.
Went literally within minutes of me having spoke to him.
Oh.
And
Jeez, that's weird.
And had said, "Is
over
this
the phone, like
in Instagram and his DMs?"
When you were talking to him over the phone and he was booking you in.
Yeah. So within minutes of him booking me for the podcast,
yeah,
he got this DM from somebody that follows.
Is that you?
That follows both of us, and said to Alan, "Is this you?"
Yeah.
And then we were very confused. We're like, what? And then it was
just
pure
random.
Coincidence.
Mad. That's
Pure
mad,
coincidence.
isn't it? So that's how long you know him.
Long time. Yeah.
How did you start? How did you get to know? Were you in school with him? Or?
No. He used to DJ at discos that I used to go to.
He did, yeah.
And then I used to DJ as well.
Oh, right, okay.
Back in the day. And then I was working on radio, and Alan was interested in getting into radio,
Right.
and we just became friends over that.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm really looking forward to hearing it, actually. Yeah. He's great.
Let me
He's
know
a
what
great
it's like.
interviewer. No, you will. You will. Will you not listen?
I will. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's awful, isn't it? Listening to yourself.
it
I
is.
hate it as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing it on Instagram with my story if I'm checking my stories,
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
because you can flick through it so quickly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah.
But yeah. Anything else at the moment? So looking ahead to season 2, I know we've called this episode 1. Maybe it should have been like episode 0 or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, we won't name any of the people that we're talking to because we still have to book in the dates. But
Yeah.
I'm super excited at some of the people that we're talking to, because not that people haven't spoken to them before, but we haven't spoke to them, and
we haven't been able to ask them the questions that we want to ask them.
Yeah. People that
which will be very different.
Yeah, and people that we hugely admire and
Yeah.
respect within the field of kind of weight management and wellness.
Medical.
But also, something that's really important to us for this season is the community aspect of things.
Yes. And we've got some really good.
Hearing community stories. So it's not just always our story.
Yeah.
But that we are getting to talk to people that have been on their own journeys, good and bad, and get to hear the insides of it.
Yeah.
And we've got, actually, since the last season, we've got quite a few emails from people as well, which has been brilliant. If you want to email us, it is hello@thedose.ie. Also got some random messages of people asking things via the podcast, which is gas. But anyway, so we have some great guests that we will have coming up, both as a kind of medical world and non-medical world from the community place. I'm
so looking forward to it.
Yeah, I am.
I really am. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant.
But anyway, Anything else, Belinda, that we need to cover today?
What time is our dinner?
Like in less than an hour.
Oh, right, okay.
So we've time for like a fizzy orange.
Fuck. Fizzy orange, go here.
You said you were having one drink tonight.
I am going to have a drink.
Yeah.
I am.
One.
Yeah.
Drink responsibly.
Everybody.
Yes.
Are you sure we don't have anything to speak about?
And I think that's everything.
Well, you know what I wanted to talk about, actually, and it's too much of a big conversation to kind of get... Fuck you.
An hour ago, she'd nothing to fucking talk about, and now you can't shut her up. You're like someone at the end of a meeting in work.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
Oh, actually, I do have a question.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, maybe we'll talk about this on another podcast. It's just about what our future, like my future and your future, looks like in
Hollywood.
2, 3, 4 years' time on medication.
Hollywood.
Where do we see... look, mate, I'm going to...
Like, I'm surprised. I'm surprised we haven't had a film made about us yet.
I know, yeah.
Like, I'd be
or
like...
a book or something.
Like, I'd be Liberace.
Okay, Cam.
Who would you... who would you be? Who would play you?
I would... Who would play me?
Yeah, who would play you in a Hollywood movie?
Oh, God. Who would play me?
Yeah.
No, couldn't answer that.
Dunno.
No, couldn't answer that.
Who would play me? Obviously George Clooney.
Obviously.
Like, I get mistaken for him. Like, even coming down here to Limerick, yeah.
People said,
coming into the hotel.
People are staring at
They're
you.
like, Mr. Clooney, do you want an espresso?
Yeah. Were they, Paddy? Really?
In my
Because
mind.
I remember very differently. I will say though that our stories today just absolutely, there are so many comments and just
Yeah. And
it's so funny, and that wasn't planned.
it wasn't planned.
Absolutely.
No,
under
because
no
I
circumstances.
saw your first post about getting ready, and it was all kind of blah, blah. And I was I was literally just out of the shower starting to get ready as well.
And you thought,
I was like, right,
I'm gonna take her down.
I'm gonna latch on this and show the man side of getting ready. So I am.
Yeah.
So we'll try and save them. Actually, we'll save them.
Yes,
we'll save them, and we'll link them in the description of this podcast.
Yes,
and
but also we need to save them in order because Instagram. Are yours in order?
Mine are order. Yeah.
Mine are still not in order. Yeah, Instagram really fucked up today.
It's a you problem.
No, it wasn't. It happened to you as well, but you're just in denial. You fixed yours quicker.
No, mine uploaded all of them twice. Yeah, but in order.
Yeah, but some of mine uploaded 5 times. Yeah, which was really weird. Swear to God, it wasn't me.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's been a good life update on people.
How long have we been at that now? About an hour, is it?
Yeah, just under like an hour and 13 we're recording. There's a bit at the start we'll have to take out, but yeah, over an hour.
Yeah, cool. We're done then.
We're due. Okay, so does that mean I get to play the music?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we should have had a drink. We should have got a drink, Paddy.
Of what? You have water?
Oh, yes, sorry.
Water.
Oh, it's gone now.
The music is playing.
I can't even hear it.
Can't even hear it.
It's in his headphones.
Oh dear,
That was great. Well done, Paddy. And it was so good to have you in person doing the podcast.
Do you know what?
We may not do it for another long fucking time.
Do you know what? I agree. It was absolutely
Brilliant.
amazing to have me here in person.
Yeah, you're just, the best. You just don't stop, do you?
Just like a little Energizer bunny.
Get me out of here. Get me out of here now.
Right, okay.
You're on your own now. See ya.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. None of this conversation should be taken as medical advice for you. Before starting or changing any medical or wellness treatment, always consult your GP and medical care team.